7-0 Indiana run. They're within 2 and a foul. This time, Peckers does get the call.
I thought this might have been an offensive foul. Howard for the finish.
Indiana's considering challenging this call, but they will not, as Peckers gets free.
It happened in a split second, but it sent shockwaves through the entire arena. Paige Buchers, both hands extended, shoved Sophie Cunningham hard enough to draw gasps from the crowd. Every set of eyes turned to the referees, waiting for the obvious call. And then, the whistle blew, but not on Buchers. The foul? Charged to Sophie. The reaction was instant and heated. Cunningham threw her hands in disbelief, muttering something under her breath that microphones caught, a sharp, censored GD, before turning and walking away. The Fever bench was stunned. Even the commentators couldn't hide their confusion. But here's the thing. This moment wasn't a one-off mistake. It was just the latest spark in a firestorm that's been building all season. And it might just expose a problem the WNBA has been trying to avoid talking about. Post-game, head coach Stephanie White didn't mince words. She didn't dance around the topic. She didn't hide behind "we'll review the tape." She called it out, directly. White claimed Kelsey Mitchell is grabbed, held and shoved on almost every single possession, with no whistle. She pointed to her star forward, Aliyah Boston, and called her the worst officiated post player in the league. The message was clear. If the referees want a physical game, fine, but call it equally. Don't let one side push, grab, and foul without consequence, while punishing the other for the same actions. Fans watching at home lit up social media with slow-motion clips and side-by-side comparisons. Some called it proof of bias. Others labeled it inconsistent officiating, and a few said it was just part of the game, but even neutral viewers admitted White had a point. The frustration was written on every player's face. Sophie Cunningham's visible disbelief after the foul call was just the start. Even Caitlin Clark, sidelined with injury, couldn't hold back, standing near the bench, clapping sarcastically toward the refs after yet another questionable decision. Aliyah Boston, who had been battling double teams and late hacks all game, finally stepped in during a heated moment. When White began venting toward the officials, Clark actually reached out to pull her back, reminding her to stay calm. Moments like these tell a bigger story. This wasn't just about one bad call. It was about a team feeling like they were fighting two battles, their opponents and the officiating crew. After the game, Boston's words were carefully chosen. She didn't launch into a rant. She didn't point fingers outright. Instead, she simply said, "We need better focus." At first, it sounded like a message to her teammates, stay locked in, no matter what. But for those paying attention, it carried another layer. Could it have been a subtle shot at the officials? Or maybe even at the league, for letting this kind of inconsistency define games? It's the kind of comment that leaves you wondering, and that's exactly why fans started dissecting every syllable online. This wasn't just any loss. The Dallas Wings are sitting near the bottom of the standings, a team Indiana should beat on paper. The Fever needed this win to solidify their playoff position. Instead, they fell to 6th place in a tightly packed race, with no guarantees for the postseason. And when the game is decided by a single point, every missed call, every missed opportunity feels magnified. For fans, it wasn't just losing the game. It was the sense that it was taken from them. Stephanie White is now in the crosshairs. Some fans are demanding she be replaced, pointing to questionable late-game decisions, like not calling a timeout on the final possession. But her defenders are quick to point out the bigger picture. This is a coach managing a roster hit with injuries, keeping playoff hopes alive against the odds. She's been outspoken in defending her players, even if it risks fines. Still, in professional sports, public opinion can shift overnight. And if the Fever don't close out strong, White could be fighting for more than just her playoff spot. The loss to Dallas wasn't just about bad luck or poor execution. It highlighted patterns that have haunted Indiana all season. Late-game scoring droughts, rushed possessions under pressure, and yes, officiating that leaves players looking for answers instead of celebrating wins. Caitlin Clark's return is expected in the coming weeks, and it could be the boost they need. But the real question is, will it be enough? Because talent can win games, but only if the playing field feels fair. So now the debate is yours. Was this just one bad night of officiating? Or is there a deeper problem in the WNBA's consistency? Did Stephanie White mishandle the final possession? Or was her team set up to fail from the start? Drop your thoughts below. Because whether you're a Fever fan or not, one thing's for sure. This game just lit a fire under the conversation about how this league is run.